or you or when you're building, you don't want all of your data to go out and be used for model training. That is what open source provides us, and that is the open source ecosystem. You can run completely on your local machine, and there are, for example, open source have initial cost. You'll have to set up everything, but closed source has ongoing cost. You have to pay OpenAI every month or for every API call that you make. Maintenance is a high cost, infrastructure is a high cost in open source because you have to own that yourself. And support is completely community based. If something goes wrong with Llama or LM Studio, you have to find out how to fix it because it's free. But support is what you get in closed source model. You don't have to worry about infrastructure, server, that is OpenAI or Claude's headache. That is the difference. Typical in software business, we know what open source, closed source means for us. And same things apply to AI as well, to LMs as well. All right. So that's why you should learn open source, because you will, as an enterprise, as engineers, when you are implementing solutions, often you will lean towards open source and have to take a call for a company. You have to tell a company whether they can use open source or not, or how to set that up. That is what you will need as an AI engineer, right? There are very important things called licenses, right? You have to understand the license. Often you will, with the model, you will often see the license. In LM Studio also, I can show you that there are licenses. Especially when you're deploying for private usage, most licenses will not matter. But when you're deploying it and out there in real life, license will matter a lot, and most of them will mention license somewhere. There you go. It is mentioned here what license it is. So you need to know licenses when you're using it for actual companies. There are legal compliances, etc. Of course, you should consult a lawyer, but I will quickly tell you that there are two popular licenses in open source, which is GPL license or General Public Use license. Most open source software comes under this, and MIT license. These two licenses will practically allow you to do anything. Unfortunately, two biggest open source, popular items, one being, Llama, one being Quen, do not follow either of these licenses. There are other stuff like Quen, Gemma, etc. that follows this license that you can use. Of course, please consult a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, so when you're deploying it out there in enterprise. But let's quickly look at open source ecosystem. What does it even look like? How do you go out in the wild? For example, I'm talking about Gemma. Okay, I'll quickly show you what Gemma is. Gemma is like one of the most underrated it's an open source model by Google. They train it very similar data and infrastructure that they train Gemini on. Gemini you cannot download, it's not open source. Gemma is. This is I'm telling you one of my secrets. This is one of the most underrated models. It is really, really good. You can run it on your local machines. Really effective. It can even understand images. All right. I am running Gemma right here, as you can see. Right. For example, you can see Gemma, is right there, and I can make it understand images as well, folks. That is why I love this. Absolutely love this model. Other models are not so great. Right. For example, there is some comic here that I created. OpenAI reveals AI team. This is Sam, the CEO, etc. Right. If I give this image to this model, how many of you will predict that it will be able to get the text from the image or not? How many of you? Yes, no, in the chat. Why do companies have the incentive to make popularity building? There are many reasons. Sometimes private companies do that. So it gives them support and builds a community. So community contributes back is the biggest reason. And how many of you think that when I ask it, I'm gonna ask it, hey, can you tell me the text in the image? How many of you think it will be able to do this? Yes, no in the chat. Do you think it will be able to get the text from the image? I don't know if chat is on or off. Anyway, let's ask it. Let's ask it if it's able to get the text image or not. Yes, all right. Let's see how many of you are right. Let's see how many of you are right. It's going to take some time to process the breakdown. As you can see, local LLM is slow. All right, it is slow because my machine is not that powerful. Yes, to a certain level of accuracy, that's a more accurate answer. All right. All right, let's see if it answers it or not. Right, let's see if it answers or not. It's going to take some time to process this image because it's going to be a heavy amount of tokens that it will need. I see filters. I see AI filters on the chat. All right, cool. Let it answer that question, but it will take some time, but we will come back to it. and we'll continue our journey. I'm super excited to for the next section where I show you how I use this AI to do real life things which has changed my life. I would quickly want to talk about what this open source ecosystem looks like. There are some places which do where you can go and read the research and also find models. For example, Meta publishes research, Mistral publishes research, Hugging Face publishes models and research, Stability AI made the Stable Diffusion. They release it for free. You can actually use it for free on your machine, but very expensive to run. So you need a powerful machine to run it. And they put research for free. DeepMind by Google publishes for free. These are a couple of companies. I'm going to ask an important question. So look at the company's name carefully. All right. Then there are some places where you can host, or it can help you create model or modify model, like Hugging Face, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Civet AI. These places either you can find models or find the software to create models or modify models. A couple of technologies that you should be aware of. Then there is, places which host models for you and give you APIs like Hugging Face, Replicate, RunPod, Together AI, Front AI, Fireworks, other deep infra. We've already talked about Claude, OpenAI, etc. Is there and one last place where you can see AI generated work, where you want to see models and what kind of work they do? There's Hugging Face Spaces, Comfy UI, Civet AI, Trea, Lexica, tons of other examples. Is there a common name that you saw in all of these places? Places where you can find models, places where you can find APIs, places where you can find is there a common Gemma has OCR power, then it will be able to do was amplify AI kit. All right, let's see. Any common names you heard, folks, in all of the names that I mentioned. Let's see if it answered. There you go, folks. Coming back to whether it was able to answer or not. Top left, OpenAI reveals its team. This is Sam, the CEO, and exactly what it says. OpenAI reveals the team. This is Sam, the CEO. It extracted all the text. All right. It took some time because there were tons of tokens required to make this process work, but it finally answered. So it's able to see in the images. This is called multimodality, understanding images as well, right? Some of the AI can understand audio as well. You can speak to it. All right, but any trend you noticed in all these open source platforms I talked about, any name that comes to your mind that is common? Yes, no? All right, looks like many of you missed it. I'm gonna quickly introduce it anyway. Hugging Face. You are going to become, I'm going to reveal to you right now, a platform which will change your game. This is the secret sauce of all open source AI engineers. This place, if you play it right, folks, if you build a profile here and build a strong profile, trust me, your career can change. This is the new GitHub, folks. On GitHub, you showcased how you can build open source, how you can contribute to open source, what kind of code you can write. On Hugging Face, you showcased what can you do with AI. Are you folks excited to learn about Hugging Face? This is a platform. Chat was disabled. All right. Chat is enabled now. Can we enable chat, please? Are you folks excited to learn about Hugging Face? You can find models here. You can find the models work compared. You can build your profile here. Absolutely. You can find potential hirers here. And by the way, this was started as a company which was chat platform like Snapchat for teenagers. And now they do open source AI work. All right, I'm not going to delay. I'm super excited to show you folks Hugging Face, as a website, as a platform. Amazing company, amazing stuff. And when you go here, it's going to look a little daunting. Do not worry. I'm going to show you around. You will be able to make, you can sign up for free. It's completely free to sign up. I have my account here for free. And there is a whole bunch of people you can follow. For example, can somebody tell me popular AI company name? Open source company name? Any company name? Grok, Mistral, all right. OpenAI, let's look at Mistral. Somebody said Mistral. So I'm going to search for Mistral, right? And go and find Mistral is here. Mistral has a profile here on Hugging Face. As you can see, Mistral has multiple models you can see. They have published many data sets as you can see right here, right? So I can expand and see the full list of models. I can go here and I can see all of the information about the model. I can download the model as well. All right, I can download the model as well. I can see the license, as I said. License is right here. And I can go to files and version, and these are the model weights. Can you see how many GBs there are? These are all small files, safe tensor files. This is the model weight. They are in GBs. all right? And if you put it on your machine and set it up correctly, it will work. And just to let you folks know how powerful Hugging Face is, remember we were searching for models here, and if I put Mistral here, right, I will see some Mistral, for example, this one, Mistral 7B instruct, all right? If I click the link here, folks, can you see the same emoji here? And the moment I click it, open in browser, it will take me to Hugging Face. LM Studio, Ollama, all of them behind the scenes use Hugging Face. For all your open source model downloads, if you're doing, is practically coming to Hugging Face. Somebody said DeepSeek. Somebody said DeepSeek. DeepSeek AI, all right? Let's look at DeepSeek. DeepSeek has a profile here as well. DeepSeek has a profile here as well. They have their model collection R1, V3, they have their spaces, they have their model sets, and you can go here. And like I said, you can, if you want to, you can download the model weights if you have 8 GB and like plus for running, right? Somebody said Llama, right? Again, you can do this yourself, folks, right? Google is also there. Yeah, Meta Llama is also there. This is Meta Llama's profile, and I can follow them, by the way. I can, click follow button, and I can click follow button, and I will get their activity on my feed, right? So now this is Llama, their models. I don't know if, did you know Xiaomi has open source models? Did you know that, folks? Xiaomi, the company, the company that makes phone, Xiaomi's launched a company called Mimo, which does open source model. Alibaba has Qwen. Qwen is also here. Right? Every Chinese and Japanese and Korean company is going and building models, folks. This is where you find models. In fact, let me help you navigate this and make this your super secret superpower. All right. You see this thing here? Look at this top bar. Models, data sets, spaces, community, docs, enterprise, and pricing. Okay. Let's click on models. As I click on model, I see a list, right? DeepSeek is the most popular one. You can sort by trending, most downloaded, most likes, etc. I go by most downloads. And DeepSeek, this is image detection, BERT base, etc. I'll see different most likes. I'll see a different one. DeepSeek R1 is back on top, and there are filters, right? For example, I can say text to image models I want to see. I can filter for that, and I will only see Flux, for example, is very popular. You will see that here. Stable Diffusion, you will see that here. These are text to image models, right? Same way I can look for data sets. Data sets are what is, like I said, data is used to train the models. If you want to train your own models, you can find free data sets here. And spaces is where you can actually utilize the models. All right. How to navigate, etc. here, what to, you'll have to read a lot. But I wanted to show you the secret place, right, where you can use all of this information. 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. So is Hugging Face based model that will integrate all AI? They have libraries. This is just like GitHub for models, right? GitHub, you found free open source software. On Hugging Face, you find free open source models. All right, this is what Hugging Face looks like. Let's continue our journey, right? What I already spoke to you folks about licenses, right? Just to revise that. So Spaces, just to show you what Spaces is, I want to show you that open source community is huge, folks. You'll find a lot of help. You'll find a lot of learning. They have free courses as well. You can keep finding the best models. The latest model release, you will find the news fastest on Hugging Face. Before it comes to your newspaper, even Twitter, it comes on Hugging Face, right? Do they share APIs like OpenAI to generate text? Absolutely, they provide you APIs as well. I'm going to show you a quick example later on. What are Spaces? It is where people put out their apps, okay, on Hugging Face, and you can use them, a lot of apps, and try it out, and you can try out models. All right, so I'm going to quickly show you some of the Spaces. This is where you can go Spaces. All right, for example, I have Omni Consistency. All right, Omni Consistency. This is an app built by somebody, hosted on, you can put your apps as well, folks, here. You can build AI apps, and using Gradio, you can build it using Streamlit, and you can host it. So, I'm sure we'll find examples, etc. as well. So I'll load this example, right, by clicking on it. And as you can see, this is some screenshot we have put. I put it American cartoon style, and I want to change that, and I will click on generate. Sometimes this fails, sometimes this works, and this is, I'm not paying anything to Hugging Face. Hugging Face is doing this for free. They are running on community provided, GPUs. and what GPUs they're running on, how much GPU, CPU percentage they're using. You can find all of that out. But somebody built a nice app and I can try it out. And if I want, I can get the files for this app and run it for my own. These are completely open source implementations like available to you. I think it's almost done. We'll see the output. Will it turn it into a cartoon? Yes or no? Let's see. Is it powerful enough to turn it into a cartoon? I hope so. I hope it doesn't fail. Sometimes it can take very long time to do that. Let's continue while it does that, right? Because we have limited time. I'll show you some of the other, there's another one called Omni Control. I think I'm going to show you that as well. We'll show you a couple of, these examples till they generate. This is what I was showing. There's Omni Consistency. This is Omni Control. Here I can take, for example, this sample, right? There's a penguin here, and I'm saying on Christmas evening, crowded sidewalk, I want Christmas kind of thing here. And I'm going to run this as well, right? It should change, take this image as a reference, and there you go. Omni Control in a Christmas theme, right? We can change that as well and say in children's on TV as a cartoon in 60s, right? I can change that, and it should be able to generate that as well. There you go, right? I can change that to say on a spaceship, right? This is completely free. You can download this app, folk. Okay, you can run it on your machine if your machine is powerful enough. And there you go. As like on a spaceship, it did not look because I misspelled spaceship. All right, let's see if it does spaceship as well. Okay, it's not able to do. Oh, it did spaceship. It did spaceship. Not a very great job, but it did it, right? Did it work? No, it didn't work. It failed. But let me show you some other ones, which are which are great examples of. Look at this powerful apps that people have already built and what you can do with it. You remember Ghibli trend that took over? You remember doing Studio Ghibli? Everybody signed up on ChatGPT and did a Ghibli image. How many of you participated or did that? Yes, no in the chat. Yes. Somebody built a nice Ghibli Flux LoRa, folks. Okay, for free. All right, for free. If you didn't have ChatGPT, you can use any of this. Let's say I select Ghibli, all right, and I'm going to write, let's say, what? 2 kittens, okay, 2 kittens sleeping in a basket, Ghibli Studio style, and hit generate. And I want you to watch this. Okay, this is not working. Session not found. Let's try again. I hope it works. If it works, I want you to pay attention clearly. It's totally useless. But look at the technology behind, right? How powerful is the technology that it can, work and do this over and over, right? So if it works, I want you folks to pay attention on what the image looks like while it is being generated, if we are lucky enough, because it's running only on, now it's 2. Now it's 2. We should have some luck. Somebody added additional GPU. All right. And I want to quickly show you, remember we did this, you can go to files here, right? You can go to files here. These are all the files that are running that, actual thing. For example, I can go to here and I can see all the actual file, LoRaController.py. I can see the Python code, which is powering all of this. And what model it is using, I can download the model as well. It's MP3 or MP4, I'm not sure. It's neither, it's not audio. MP3 and MP4 are for audio and video. This one is just a simple image. I think today our luck with this is limited. I will try to hit generation once again. It's not ready to yield today, folks. It's not ready to yield to us today at all. We'll look at one more example, all right, and hope this works. This one will work because I have pre-saved. This one has pre-saved examples. Beautiful LoRa. For example, you want to change the lighting, all right. It can do that. It's the same one. I think it's the same one that I opened by mistake. I hope this one is able to work it. Come on, select the text. There are amazing models that you will find for, and what is unbelievable to me, folks, is it's all of it is available for free. I can't believe that people give so much work for free out there in open, from AI models to everything. Some nice example we will load up once it loads up. Buddha, details, sci-fi, cyberpunk. I think I will click on that and hope that loads. Okay, it's trying to generate. It's trying to relight it. So this is the original image. It's going to take some time to load. Let's try and refresh this and try see if it works. You can give all of these, find all of these spaces. You can note down the name and you can play around with them yourself. Today, because it's already evening, US traffic would have started. So this is original one, and I want to change it to natural lighting. That is what it's going to show us. From left side, it is going to come. Right here, I will put 2 kittens sleeping in a basket, and hope this time, select Ghibli, and hope this works. No. You exceeded your free GPU quota. So I've exhausted my free GPU quota. They're asking me to upgrade. So I think you folks will have to give it a try. I hope this one works. We'll come back to it. But this is all that is available to you on Hugging Face, right? There is API as well. Somebody was asking me, do they provide API? Absolutely, folks, they provide API. I'll give you an example. For example, this is Flux, and this is how you can using Hugging Face, Python library. You can, or you can use it in JavaScript. It's available. They have libraries in 2 places, and you can. They've given sample code on how to connect with their AI using their API token that you can generate. And of course, you can use it without Hugging Face. You can use it as a FL client as well. These are 2 libraries that support it. Almost every place where you go, you will find how to use this model instructions written right there, and how to train it, how to load it up. All of these instructions will be right here. For example, use this model. I can click here. I can click on diffusers, and it will give me more code examples on how to use it. Right? You can always find this button and find out how to use it. And you can click on these examples. Some of them, for example, some of them will have inference providers. For example, I can say here, same thing, 2 kittens sleeping in a basket, and hope it works. I can click on compute, right? Not all of the models will have this, folks. Some of them will have it. There you go. It computed and gave us an output, right? I can try and change a tiger on clouds, right? And you can download this model and use it, and you can use it, same thing you can use on, there you go, a tiger in the clouds, right? So this is what it can do for you. This is all the ecosystem of Hugging Face that is out there. Remember, transformers and diffusers are the biggest one. You'll find both these models right here. For example, Stable Diffusion is the biggest maker of, open source diffusion models, and you will find all of their models right here. You'll find all of their models right here for free. And you'll find guides on how to set it up as well. Let's continue to move on because there's a lot more to cover. What is diffusion? I want to quickly show you folks what is diffusion. Diffusion process is slightly different. We already looked at LLM process. Diffusion in chemical process, you can look like if you put small ink, it will slowly, spread out, and it will keep spreading till entire water is slightly blue. That is very similar to what diffusion process looks like, folks, in models as well. And what this will look like is it will start with a noisy image, and you will give it a text, and it will try to keep guessing what the noise is, and keep removing it till you get a final image. This is what this process looks like. For example, I give it prompt. You remember I just showed you folks right here. I gave it this where did it go? The tiger, our tiger on, yeah, right? What I'm gonna put here is the same prompt I was putting there, which is a cat sitting on a table, right? So I give it this, a cat sitting on a table, right? And ask it to compute. It will generate that, but it will only show me the final image. Behind the scenes, what is happening is it starts with a noisy image, guesses what and there you go, cat is sitting on the table, right? How did it get here? This is what the process looks like behind the scenes. It'll start with noise, reduce more noise, and finally it has a clear image. This is what we call the diffusion process. And throughout the process, the model is trying to guess what is the noise that it needs to remove from the image. And how does it know how to turn noise into cat sitting on a table? Because you do same thing that we did with text, you encapsulate meaning. There's a meaning to cat sitting on a table. What did we learn about meaning? We use embedding to capture meaning. So it does the same thing. It uses embedding to capture meaning and keeps conditioning that I want to see this. If I'm seeing this image is noisy, what noise do I remove to see the image that I want to see? That is what the model is doing in the background, and that is how diffusion models work, right? It'll have multiple choices, and it can finally pick that which one is looking more like the meaning that I want. So if you want to build your own apps, you will need API providers, right? There are some Hugging Face we already saw. There are some private API providers, especially for images and diffusion models. Replicate is one of them. This is, you can very easily connect with Node and Python and HTTP directly. There is FAL.ai, very, very popular in the community. They have excellent models, excellent performance and pricing. and there's together.ai as a provider that we'll see. Most generative AI apps are cloud hosted, but they're going, you can run on directly on your device as well, but those are not as powerful. But basic, speech to text, transcription, background image removal, all of this you can now do in people's local browsers. Thanks to Web GPU, Metal, which is by Apple, DirectX and Vulkan, etc. These are hardware accelerated pieces that you can do, right? Let's compare quick models. Let's look at this and compare very quickly models. We already saw model comparisons, right? But let's quickly and take a look at this. This is text to image, right? And there are multiple benchmarks like this. And as you can see, they have ranked multiple models from DAL-E, Flux 1.1, and they have ranked them on different price versus quality, right? So as you can see, this one is very high price and very high quality, but we want something in this range, this green range, where they have very high quality but low price, right? So as you can see, you will find this website very useful. This one is called artificialanalysis.ai, and you can compare models here by ranking, by pricing, and there are a whole bunch of benchmarks you will see. For example, you can see there is SW benchmark that you will see when you're looking at agents tomorrow. When AI agents come into picture and they're doing automatically a lot of stuff, for example, writing software for you, right? You will see all of this as well. All right. Coming to now, my final bit, my favorite bit we're getting closer to, right? But I hope you got...
Sorry to jump in. People have been asking if we can go a little slower.
All right.
If that would be possible.
Sure. I'll go slow from here, folks. But I want you folks to know, to quickly answer how to find the free one. All of them are free. All of them are free. But again, if you use free, right, on Hugging Face, you're not going to get priority. It may fail. Is Blip best for image to text? No, Blip is not necessary. Blip is very specific use case. After downloading LLM, can we fine tune it? Yes, you can if you have the infrastructure. If you have the powerful GPUs, H100 or something, you can do it. All right, folks. Generative video. There is Hunan, right? But usually the issue is like it's very slow. Like it will take like 5 to 10 minutes to generate it. Can try agentic on your laptop? Absolutely. VO I can show VO. I can show you VO, right? It's by Google, right? I might have exhausted my free limits, but let's give it a try. Why not? Let's give it a try, right? I can go to my chat. I can say live audio to audio and image generation. No, I want to do generate media, and I want to generate a VO video. All right. I want to say a dog, like same thing, 2 kittens sleeping. My favorite thing to prompt, a basket, right? Breathing. And I will say a snow in background, right? Let's run it. I think I've run out of my credits. So it's definitely like gonna bother me to, failed to generate quota exceeded. I've definitely run out of my, credit, but I can show you one here that it generated, right? This was the prompt. And these are the videos it generated. It's not loading for me, but you can see right here. These are a whole bunch of examples right here of, people that who were able to generate. I'll have to add credits to my API key to be able to generate. But that is how, all these videos were generated. They were pure text. RAG plus pre-training model, do we need less hardware than fine-tuning? RAG, you need less hardware. But for training the model, you need more hardware. In Hugging Face, there are video generative models. Yes, there are. There are video generative models. You can search for it. For example, I showed you, you can go to models, right? And you can go to sidebar and find here image to video. When you click that, you will see Hunan video avatar. When you click on that, you will see how they do it, etc. And you will see some examples as well, hopefully. Unfortunately, there is like, there is no model provider because it's very expensive to run. So we will not see like, exact examples here. That's why I was mentioning, but you can find it and you can find how to set it up if you have a powerful enough machine to generate all of these videos as well. If we go to their website, which I think will take long time if we start doing that. But if you go to their website, if you start searching, you will find some examples as well. I'll quickly give you like a very quick overview of their, how to find. You can copy this name, right? And we can search for it and their website, right? we should be able to find that. I think it search for file, and I think they don't have a website, unfortunately. Let's try if they have a website. They have a research paper. They have not published a lot of examples. We can it'll come take. There you go. This is the example we're gonna find. This was generated by Hunan video that you can download. You can find on Hugging Face, GitHub, but this is what it did. Input image and it generated from image, right? So you can find generated videos. So many samples are there, right? These are generated from using this. Can you believe it? Like some of these look ultra realistic. Like this, I can't even tell is generated by AI. I can't tell this is generated by AI, right? Like this is getting really, really good. Albert Einstein singing with somebody. So, and as I saw, you can click here and you can go to Hugging Face, same place where we started, right? So this is how you can find all of these models. All right, now to the final part, which I'm super excited about, right? Super excited about. How many of you want to know my secrets of how I use AI at work that you can start doing right away? That will give you superpowers like no others. Your colleagues will be like, how do you get so much work done so fast? How are you so smart? Do you want to know that, folks? Yes and no in the chat. If you're excited, then I will show you. Is the chat open? Do we have chat open? Can we open the chat? Can people answer? Yes, no? My private AI workflows where I show you how I use AI in my work. I'm not sure, Karthik, if you're there. Can you open up the chat maybe? I don't know if chat is enabled or disabled.
It's opening it up.
All right. Okay, I did that. All right, there it is. All right, let's get started then. First thing I use is for reading technical documentation. Okay, how many of you read research papers? How many of you read or write research papers? Nisha does. All right, rarely. No, I used to want to read research papers, but they were so dense, folks. They were so dense. Like, who's gonna sit through that? All that maths. There is one famous paper that describes attention mechanism. Attention is all you need. You know what I do? I copy this, all right? I go to ChatGPT and I ask it the question like, can you help me understand this paper? And it will break it down like there's self-attention mechanism, multi-headed attention, positional encoding, decoder. And I can ask it questions like, explain to me like I am 12, okay? And it will do that, folks. It will do that. It will do that for me, okay? Notebook LM, yes, Kistan, that is also there. But this is my favorite way to now read, a lot of research papers that were completely inaccessible to me. In fact, I use, AI to do all sorts of reading. Like, who's going to sit through and read through a long article? Somebody wrote about this entire, okay, this is not an article. An interactive guide to rate limiting. I don't know what this thing talks about. I want to decide, whether it is there or not. So I use many plugins like this one. I just open it up, Chrome plugins that use AI. I'll say summarize this page for me. Like, I don't have time to sit and read this page. So just summarize it for me. Give me the summary. Give me the crux of it so I can decide whether it's worth my time or not. Sir, why did we use Flux LoRa via Hugging Face and not directly? Could you please tell once again? Because I was demonstrating Hugging Face and how it has a Flux website will only have Flux and Flux LoRa. Hugging Face will have everything, right? Hugging Face will have everything. Okay, I don't think this is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this link. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. All right, my favorite ChatGPT. Go there. My computer is starting to hang. I might have to restart in between. It is definitely starting to struggle. You can see it, feel it slow down. Slow, struggling. When you do I will ask it here. Can you read this article and tell me the summary? All right. Who's going to sit through and read an entire article? This is the modern and new way of reading the articles, folks. This is my shortcut. There you go. It'll give me rate limiting. It's amazing at doing all of this stuff, right? This is basics. Let's get to a little more advanced use case. I don't know how many of you did this, but now you know. Errors and troubleshooting. Whenever I am facing an error in software development and I want to really understand that why is it happening, folks? Why is it troubling me so much? I go to ChatGPT, I copy paste the error message there, and it is usually telling me what the hell is going on, right? So utilize that a lot. It is great at explaining errors. You can paste the entire code file and it will give you a walkthrough. For example, I can, right here, open a file, right? This is my cursor. Cursor, I hope will open up. 1 second. This is my cursor. Cursor you will see tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to dive deeper into this secret sauce of there's my backend, there's some app, there's some API right here. I don't think API is written. I have some model schema. I have some agent setting. I can copy this, right? And I can go here and ask ChatGPT again, right? Or this time let's ask Claude, right? Let's ask Claude. Claude, is this? I will say, can you explain me this code? Line by line, right? I'm going to ask it that, copy paste the code as it is. And this you can do for Rust. For example, I don't know how many of you know and don't know Rust but want to understand it, and it will dive in deeper bit by bit, explain to you every line, right? And you can ask it follow-up questions as well. When I'm same thing like I was mentioning to you, I can do self-evaluation. What if you want to take feedback? You can give it project reports. You can give it ask it to do your code reviews, etc. It will help you improve a lot of stuff that you can use it for, right? I want to dive deeper into learning new languages and frameworks. How many of you want to learn Rust or a new language? Python, Rust. Is there a new language you want to learn? If yes, can you please put it in the chat? Which language do you want to learn? I'm opening it up very quickly. I'll close it after that. Which language do you folks want to learn? JavaScript, Rust, Python, yes, all right, Rust, all right, cool. Let me show you my super secret way of learning languages, all right, very super secret way. You have to keep it to yourself, all right. It's unprecedented superpower. So I'm gonna go here, start a new chat. Hopefully this time it works, yes. I am a Python developer, okay. You can put Java, let's put Java, okay, let's put Java. I am a Java developer. I want to learn Rust. Can you help me get started with basics? All right, and just this much prompt. I'm not even written like you can write a very great prompt and it will give you an amazing guide, right? But I've written a very basic prompt, and from how it can help you transition from Java to Rust. Hello world, these are examples. This is in Java, this is in Rust. Right, and it's telling me what these functions are doing, how variables are declared in two languages, right? Here you declare integer x equal to 5, and here I'm declaring with let, and there is no type checking right here. Data types are handled like this, like this in Rust. Control flow is handled like this, right? If else statements, examples, etc. are given. How do you write functions? Can you see how I'm already like gonna be like 10 times better when I'm approaching Rust, right? This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. What you can do is, let's say I wrote this code, all right? Let's say I wrote this code, or let's take a even better, easier, much cleaner example. I think what I'm gonna do is probably look at something like workers. Okay, it's not ready here. These are all empty files. Let's look at this. It tries to connect to database and tries to do some connections. This is written in Python. Let's say I wanted to write it in Rust, right? So I can ask it, can you show me how this code would be written in Rust? And I just copy paste the code, and it will, equivalent functionality, it will start giving me in Rust, including the packages, folks. Because in Python, I know what packages to use, but in Rust, I don't know what packages to use, all right? So it's giving me all of that information, right? It is showing me how that entire code will be written right here in Rust. It is amazing how it can, then I can ask it for line by line example. I can ask it, why do you do it this way? Why do you not do it that way? How does async await work in these languages, etc.? It is amazing at getting you up to speed with new languages, right? It is amazing tools. My secret power of, I have written code in Rust, which is way beyond my capabilities, right? Like Python is my limit usually. Understanding code base and documentation. You can pick up a completely new file, etc. completely new code base and ask AI to explain and walk you through code base. Tomorrow you will see agentic example of this using cursor. It is mind blowing, that example. Verifying PRDs. A lot of you get PRDs, a lot of you get ERDs. What are some gaps? What are the things that person did not think about? It helps me do that a lot. I do that for my own PRDs. I do that for PRDs that other people, product managers write. It is amazing at pointing that out, right? Software design, give me different ideas. Should I use circuit breaker pattern? Should I use, defensive programming pattern? In fact, like I was telling you, earlier, for this, I'm going to use Grok. Grok is for free. I'm just showing you as an example. You can use any AI. For example, I'm trying to teach my, junior developers some paradigm, but I'm like, what is that? Okay, Zoom keeps interfering. What is that paradigm where you, check for errors before default? Because that is the kind of, pattern I want them to write. What is that? Software pattern called, right? I have forgotten the terminology, and this you can use for finding anything you forget about today's session as well. You can explain what you remember out of the concept, and this is called fail fast or early failure paradigm or pattern, right? And called defensive program paradigm, or talks about guard clauses, right? Same thing, I wanted to show you that how I design software using it. For example, I can mention to it even more complicated example that I want to take. I am designing, all right, Uber like rider and customer, all right, where, yes, you can do software architecture. That's what I'm going to show you example of rider and customer matching. My system has become extremely slow. Let me quickly close down some of the tabs so we get some RAM free. All right. Otherwise, it's going to be quite painful to work with it. I think this is what was taking a lot of space. This should be easy to handle now. Hope it works. There you go. Matching. Can you help me plan the software, right? What is the best generative AI platform for learning mobile app development? Pick any that you, most modern ones are good. Matching and what, it won't let me read, right? What are some algorithms? I really want to type it out, but I think it is stuck. We're going to just switch off Grok and switch off some more tabs. I think they're taking just too much horsepower. Just give me a second, folks. I'll just restart, my screen sharing, so it will become easier to clean this up. Just 1 second. Can we integrate with backend? What do you want to integrate with backend? Using their APIs, you can integrate anything in backend. But what specifically do you want to integrate in backend? Can we run local LLM on CPU i5? CPU is going to be very, very painfully slow. You can try it, but it's not going to be a great experience is what I can tell. So my suggestion is not to push it too hard, at least not on CPU. The issue is GPU parallelizes a lot of stuff that you need in all of this. Otherwise, it's quite painful. 1 second, let me see what I can force exit. All right, can force exit this one. And almost done, folks. Just 1 second. All right, we're ready to go. Ready to go again. Ready for you. I'm gonna share my screen again. And there you go. All right. Coming back, I was gonna show you a software planning example, right? So I am designing Uber-like rider sharing and matching app. What software patterns and algorithms I should consider? And for these kind of questions, I usually ask it to search the web so it can find and tell me the popular patterns that are out there. How much would it like to run a good model locally? Depends on mostly our cost is going to be electricity and NVIDIA GPUs. Can you spin up virtual machine for GPU if you don't have a capable system? Yeah, then you can, there are ample providers of GPUs. So it is telling me for Uber-like thing, you have to have spatial indexing for proximity search, right? And it has given me some option, graph-based matching algorithm, and it has given me some algorithms for that as well. Dynamic pricing mechanism like search pricing, I'll have to build. Machine learning for demand prediction, I'll have to build predictive analytics. Reinforcement learning for matching optimization, so I can use machine learning models for it. Microservice architecture, event-driven architecture, real-time communication using WebSockets. It is so much it has already given me. Route optimization, stable matching algorithms. Can you see like, I can now start deep diving into every piece. And because I asked it to search online, it has given me ideas from Uber engineering blogs. The way you can plan software and limitations and architecture using AI, it is unparalleled, folks. It has changed my game completely. I get to decide how much traffic we're gonna expect for a feature and how robust to build it. Once, can you show the prompt? Absolutely. This is my simple prompt. I am designing Uber like ride sharing and matching app. What software patterns and algorithms should I consider? That's about it. It's a very simple prompt. You can write a better prompt and get better outcomes out of this, right? Coming to the next thing, I do prototyping with it. Actual prototyping, right? Before actually building the software, you can build a prototype. I don't know how many of you face this. Your product manager will tell you, I want this software. They give you specs. You build the software. You go to them. Tester is testing. It's ready to go out. And they go like, this is not what I meant. And then you are, as an engineer, you're so frustrated. You are like, why didn't you tell me before? Does that happen with you? Yes, no? In the chat, does that happen with you? Ever happen? Happened, right? So now you know what I do. I ask my engineers, very irritating, okay? I ask my engineers now to build prototypes using AI first, all the time. Samarth is very frustrated with product managers because they keep changing their mind. They can't make up their mind. Absolutely horrendous, right? Now, why do you want to build a full software when you can build a prototype, show it to the product manager, and only commit your engineering bandwidth if they agree? I'll show you an example. Are you ready to see an example? An interactive working prototype. Prototype is a toy app. Prototyping is not building the actual thing, but building a kind of a thing, right? Like that. For example, you can build something like this. This is called a bigram, okay? It can predict world, and this is I'm showing you a secret as of how generative AI works and predicts. For example, let's say I want to build a machine that predicts what is the next word. One of the ways I can do that, I can take text and see which was the word before and what word came after it and assign probability. For example, Donald Trump and Donald Duck. That means after the word Donald, Trump has 50% probability of coming and Duck has 50% probability of coming, right? Simple. Now, same thing I can do on line by line example, right? This is the important, and I can do many predictions and build a table. What comes after the, and now I can predict it. Okay, can you see this changing? The cat, table, the dog, and rabbit, and it will keep changing, right? This interactive prototype was built with AI completely. You can build complete tooling like this, and very simple prototypes you can build and come to an agreement. Is this the functionality you want or don't want, right? It doesn't take very long to do any of that. As you can see below, it's changing the prediction of the next word constantly, right? All right. As you can see, it is coming, it can predict. There you go. So this is the kind of prototypes I can build. I can show you a prototype. For example, let's say they want to build let's say they want to build a search, right, over table. So can you build me interactive prototype of a dashboard with sample data and search and filter? I can switch this on, write code canvas option, and it will build something. We'll come back to it and to take a look at it later on because it will take some time for it to write the code. As you can see, it's writing TypeScript. It is going to do a whole lot of shenanigans. I don't need to know. Before I invest any of my bandwidth on my engineer's bandwidth, I'm going to build prototypes and send that to product management and ask, is this what you wanted or not? Once we have an agreement on prototype, that is when we will build software. It has completely changed the way our company builds software, folks. Right? We'll come back to it once it's done. I want to show you the next biggest example. I'm building, folks, out here, data analysis and visualizations of data. How many of you want to see this use case? Building actual data visualizations and data dashboards. All right. And data dashboard. Yes, absolutely. All right. I have already kept something ready for you folks. Already kept something ready. All right. This is, I love coffee. Okay. Absolutely love coffee. I gave it some data. I uploaded the CSV. I'll show you my prompts. All right. I'll show you my prompts so you can see and tell. I gave it, a CSV right here. This is the CSV, right? This is the CSV that I gave, which has all these columns, and it has 2000 rows. I asked it right now for 10 because I wanted it fast. So it did some data analysis, and then it made this interactive dashboard. What does this dashboard look like? Let's take a look, right? It can do filter, coffee, like roast level. Those of you know coffee will know what I'm talking about. Which country of origin, what is the average score, samples, and all these graphs. What is the quality? What is the distribution? Right? Where did this coffee come from? And nice table of all of this. It did it all by itself. Now, all of your engineers, you know what it takes to implement search, right? You know what it takes to implement search. There is search here. Do you think if I search, it will work? Yes or no? Do you think it will work? Will it work? Yes? Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Let's try Colo, okay? Colombian coffee, Colo. And I go there and it is only showing Colombian coffee. The search works. The search works. If you folks don't believe me that this was done right here, okay, I'm going to show you. This is now what we are doing, folks. Very important thing. What we are doing here is agentic use. We are letting it work as an agent and do its thing. I'm just giving an instruction. I'm going to ask it, can you keep the coffee theme, but make it dark mode? I don't know about you folks. I love my dark mode. I need everything in dark mode. My ID is in dark mode, right? This is what it is about, and let it do and let it cook and let it turn it into a dark mode. Can we search with numbers? Absolutely, you can search with numbers. You can implement all of that, right? It is writing code. I'm not doing anything. I'm not nothing. It's a very simple prompt, folks. This is a, can you do me, interactive data visualization dashboard? That's it. Literally ask AI what you would ask a human being, and it'll do that for you, right? It'll do that for you. While it's building, let's quickly check whether, it was able to build us a interactive dashboard or not. I think it's still writing the code. I can click preview. I can click preview and see if it built a dashboard or not. Okay, it did not work. That often happens. What you can do is simply take this and ask it to fix the error, right? AI will fix the error. We don't have to look at the bug. I just gave it a task to fix the error, and I did not even have to write the prompt. It gives you the prompt. ChatGPT itself will give you the prompt. You just click this button, right? Let's look at our interactive dashboard. I think it's still writing the code. We'll come back to both of these examples. How many of you knew that AI can do this? How much significant has covered so far? I joined just because I stuck owning Creparious Weather. How to design prompts so that it does it what I intend to. That is a long conversation, prompt engineering. I knew, all right. Google Firebase, Replit does a better job, 100% Jadu. Replit does a better job because Replit has a lot more power, right, to do all of this, all of these things. Hi sir, why did we use Flux LoRa? I answered that already. We used it because we were taking example of Hugging Face, Mohit. That is why we use Flux LoRa. Why Hugging Face? Hugging Face not only has Flux LoRa, it also has hundreds of other models. On Flux LoRa website, there's only Flux LoRa. On Hugging Face website, there's Flux LoRa and thousands of other models that you can use. Hugging Face is the place most professionals go to get their work done, right? Now I want to show you, some of you are already getting there. While it's doing its interactive prototype, etc. I do all my data visualizations, all my presentations are written by AI now. I do not make presentations anymore, folks. Who's gonna sit and make presentations for people require presentations every other week? I don't have time for that. So now I make all my presentations with Claude. I make all my presentations with ChatGPT, right? It has again gotten stuck. Let it do its job again. This is the patience you need. But here I'm just clicking buttons. Out here just clicking buttons, right? So let's try and preview again. And there you go. There's some basic dashboard it has built, right? And like I said, I love search, and it can implement all the search, right? Somebody said, can I search by numbers? That right now it is not working by numbers. I can ask it to fix, and then it will start working by numbers, right? I'll ask it, make it work with, make search work with numbers. Can AI make presentations? Absolutely. make search work with numbers. Can you add custom formulas? Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can add custom formulas. But you have to check the formula. You have to check the formula. It is not great. Are you using ChatGPT Pro? I am using Pro, but you can do all of this. This is the long conversation or not, and the model smartness is limited by Pro, but the feature is not limited. Even free version can do this. Grok can do this for you. Grok is free, right? All right. Now I'm going to show you the most mind-blowing example that I've kept for the end. Are you folks ready for it? The most mind-blowing example I've kept for the last. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I am building with AI full personal software like AI note taker. Do you want to see this demo? Do you want to see a demo of my note taker? All right. Do you want to see it? All right. I did not write a single line of code. Okay. I did not write a single line of code. Those of you who don't know, this platform is called Lovable. You can check it out later on. Right. Vibe coding is getting very, very popular. Here I built, right, a full-fledged app. All right. Where I can go and take notes. And this is where we are getting very close to agentic AI. Now, if I take, I can you see this interface? I can go to today, yesterday, this week, last week, all of this works. It has nice animations and nice design. Do you like the design here? When I click here, like it does like, I can filter by favorites, right? It will work. I can search my notes. I can search all of them. I can go here, click all, remove favorites. And I can say sprint. It will only show me stuff from sprints, right? Sprint. There you go. Only stuff from sprint. All right. I can go here and I can see summary. I can see transcription. I can delete it, right? And I can edit. Now, when I edit it, do you think it will save it? Do you think it will save it and persist to a database? Yes, no? Do you think it will happen when I hit save? Will it happen? Let's give it a try. And it worked. It saved. Note updated, right? I can go to calendar. And the best part is when I click on this, right, it will record. Hey, today we are talking about AI engineering, what the open source ecosystem looks like. We spoke about Hugging Face. We spoke about how many models and applications are out there for free for you to take advantage and build on top of. That is and now we are demonstrating day-to-day AI use cases for engineers. I recorded that. Let's see if it actually works or not. I am giving you live proof. Live demo, folks. I know you're software engineers. You know how risky this is. This can fail anytime. And it failed. I think my OpenAI credits are run out. It failed. It failed. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try again. I'm giving a final try to this OpenAI. My OpenAI credits, I hope, have not expired. I hope this works. Oh, I think it lost the software recording. I'm giving it a try again. I hope this time it is able to transcribe the software. And all of this software was built without me writing code. So here, this is where I think you can build your prototypes. This is where you can go ahead and build powerful software and invest less, of bold. I think there is some issue with my mic. It is not as you can see, bold is what it captured. So there is definitely an issue with my mic, which you folks were facing earlier as well. That is probably the reason, but I can show you other part. For example, I can change this and it will change, update everywhere. The entire app is working app. And it is completely written without a single line of code, right? And this is called agentic use of AI. I am just orchestrating the agent. You are the agent orchestrator. You tell it what to do, how to behave. It does and goes out and does the job for you. That is what this is about. This is free version. There is a free version for Lovable, Bolt, etc. that you can use. Same thing you can do with Cursor. Cursor is far more powerful. Right, prompts are very long. It's a very long conversation that I had to build. This took about 9 hours in free version to build because I had to wait, and 3 days because I had to wait for my free quota to reset, and that is how I made it work. Right, this is roughly what you can do with what you can build with. From privacy compromise by sharing data to ChatGPT. Of course, you have to be careful about that, but this is all that you can build. So did you, folks, quick recap before we, wrap up, and I want your feedback, etc. What did we learn today? Quickly gonna recap. We learned about open source AI ecosystem. We learned what RAG is. We learned what diffusion and API providers are, what diffusion models are, who API providers are. We looked at fine tuning as a very quick example of what you can do. Why fine tuning is different from RAG, why RAG is more practical than fine tuning. As an AI engineer, you looked at Hugging Face, an open source ecosystem, and how you can leverage it. I showed you my own private workflows. And the last example was agentic use. Tomorrow, you will deep dive into agentic use. You will learn how to use agents, specialized agents for specialized stuff, to do very, very specific things. How you can have an army of agents working for you. You can have your own private team. That is the level tomorrow you're going to learn the power of all of that. And finally, what you can do is on an OpenAI ecosystem, you can, using Hugging Face, know about the latest model, know about the latest spaces. You can try out stuff. You can use spaces to see which apps are built and which you want to download and use for yourself. Understand how to select the best models, which what the community is saying about what best models are out there. You learned about LLMs and how they do turn by turn mechanism. You saw what self-retention mechanism is. You saw how to build chatbots using business, using RAG tools. You saw how fine-tuning models can be done for your own use case. We also looked at for graphics work, how many diffusion models are out there. You can build custom image generation tools for yourself at scale. And finally, of course, you can use API providers, deploy your own custom solutions. And with that, we come to a close and to an end. I will take final rounds of questions, and please let me know if there's any feedback, questions, threads, etc. And I'm super excited for you for what you're going to learn tomorrow with agents. And let me know how 1 second, folks. How was the session for you, folks? So, how many of you learned something new that you can use? Will you share this PPT, please? How do we deploy models? Deploying models depends on which model that you're deploying. Hugging Face will provide you a guide for deploying models as well. Can you talk a little bit on Graph RAG, sir? Graph RAG is very conceptual right now. Graph RAG is very, very conceptual. It is not used that much in practice. What basic do I need to understand any of this? I'm from 12th. PPT, I think Karthik will let you know how that will work. All right. Prompt for any personal software. Depends, like what kind of, can we talk world models? World models is a very theoretical subject. I can get into it, but we don't have enough time. They are saying that video models are the new world models because they have to think about it. They have to simulate physics to give you actual videos, right? Need to make Excel table for my data, which GIS map say plug share, please advise on this. This has nothing to do with generative AI, because I think you can ask ChatGPT that question. Which generative AI is better for coding, like Python or integration API for website? Right now, Gemini 2.5 Pro is the best and Claude is the best. After that, ChatGPT. For most use cases, any top model will do for you. When you get into really advanced use cases, that is when it matters. Windsurf versus Cursors versus OpenAI Codex versus Lovable tomorrow. Adrian, great question, Adrian. Tomorrow you will learn about that. In Hugging Face, all models are free. Credit limits is there. If you're using Hugging Face via API, then there is limit. If you're downloading from Hugging Face and using, there is no limit. Please share the prompt for the software. There is no single prompt. Like I literally asked it to build a AI note taker app. That is a long conversation on how to build prompts. There is no need to spam, Yash. Like I will read your request eventually. Do we need any AI that can generate UX wireframes designs? You don't. Did you see, Arun, when I asked it to, okay, let's take a great question. Arun is asking, what about UI UX design? Great question. As engineers, you should ask that. I asked it to turn into a dark mode, right? Can you see that same coffee dashboard? Can you see the dark mode? Done. Dark mode done. How long did the dark mode take? And how long as an engineer you would have taken? As an engineer, at least you would have given me a 1 week estimate for dark mode. Here it did design and development both. It's good or not, I can give it critique and I can improve it. But you can look at how design and development are not separate processes anymore. The AI will do the design with the code. All right. with the code. There are specialized AI that can do UI UX design. I can go to Chat GPT and ask it to do that. For example, right? I can go to OpenAI here. I can put an image. I can say design a data heavy dashboard, right? And it will generate an image which we will see. Do you want to see one more trick that does this, or we are running out of time, I think. But before I'll quickly sneak in this trick. You see our Outskill website. I love the design of Outskill website. I'm going to take a screenshot of this website, right? I'm going to go to this thing which was designing our boring looking dashboard. You remember this dashboard? Let's see if it works. It works with numbers now, folks. I asked it to work with number. Now see 522. I'll search for 522. It'll give me 522, right? It is working with numbers as well. So we can make it work. But I don't like the design. Can you match the design of dashboard from the image? So you don't need to hire designers anymore either. I'm going to just quickly show you how I do that, right? So it did dark mode for us all by itself, right? It will do the other one as well. I'll quickly test the questions. Can we do test automation using AI? Absolutely, you can. We'll have a dedicated session for that probably. Which AI is good for graphs? Claude is my recommendation. Can we do tests? Yes, you can do automation testing with AI. Roadmap and course on AI. I gave, if you took notes today, Ramasai and other folks, you already have the AI engineer roadmap. Today's session, what I just gave you, if you just note down topics and spend 1 week on each one of them, you already have your AI roadmap ready. Do we have AI that can generate UX? I already have covered that. All right, so many repeat spams. I'm really confused from where to start, as you showed so much automation. With one click, we are getting beautiful sites like Lovable from N8N. Yes, the idea was why I've showed you so much, Aman. I could have just showed you one example today, but that will just become a tutorial. The idea of this session was to give you at least idea of what is possible, right? Because that is where most people don't realize. Trust me, if you spend enough time, you will figure out how to do it. But if you don't know it is capable of doing it, you will never even try. That is the idea today that we took, to expose you to all these possibilities. Claude is good for graphs, absolutely. The glasses you are wearing, those are AI. Those are real glasses. Now people are not going to believe anything. Huh? Everything is AI generated. Those are real glasses, folks. Those are real glasses. Can I get the recording? I missed the initial session. There is no recordings, unfortunately. No recordings will be shared, unfortunately. I need to do integration testing and load testing. Can we do? Absolutely, Atithi. Do attend tomorrow's session, Atithi. You will learn how you can use AI agents to do integration testing and load testing and other stuff as well. Can we do all things in Perplexity? No, Nandan, you can't do all things in Perplexity. Perplexity is designed for specific stuff. You can do that there. What can AI do but human can't? AI can read and write a research report in less time than any human being can. And I can give it to you as a challenge. It can code dark mode that you're seeing faster than any human being. There's not a front-end engineer I know in this chat or on this planet who can code change the design into dark mode that fast. I can give you that as a challenge. You put hundreds of your front-end engineers on one side, you put Claude on one side, give them the same task of changing the code. I can bet to you today, no engineer will be faster than AI. That thing is already passed. All right. On what app can I make? Whatever app you want. That is the crazy part. Whatever app you want, you can attempt it with AI today. I want to create dashboard with data in my team channel for customer bugs, basically to analyze these bug sheet. Which tool do I use? Confused for a long time. Aishwarya, that's a tool recommendation. Again, you don't have to wait on me. That is what I showed you today. That is what I showed you. Rest of the folks in the chat, you have a question like this. You want somebody knowledgeable to talk to this about. Who is there that you can ask that question? The question is, I want to build data dashboard for my team who can see bugs in a graph. What should I use? Who can answer that question? Who can answer that question? Chat GPT is the best. Anup has given the answer in the chat. Ask Chat GPT, enable search. It will answer this question. What is the best tool for developing the prototype, also in which to integrate API? API integration, you'll have to go to Cursor and Lovable, which you will learn and see tomorrow more in depth. For basic prototyping, you can use Claude, Chat GPT, and let's see if it changed the design. It wasn't able to change the design. Let's do it. Oh, it is refreshing. It changed the design. It is not done like a great design, but it changed the design. Can you see how it's matching the colors? Can you see how it's matching the dots? Does it look like our Outskill website theme today? All I gave it was an image, and it's already done the job. It has already done all of this stuff, folks. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that you can do all of this, right, with AI? This used to take weeks, as engineers, you know how long it used to take. So, be smart. Be smart about your product team. Build prototypes using AI, send that, take an approval, and then start putting your engineering effort into real software. Don't waste their time. The old era is gone. That is why I'm telling you, the world of AI is changing engineering the most. If you are not ready, you're not gonna know what has hit you. All right, you're not gonna know what has hit you. So you have to be ready. Mohit, I already covered your question. When I'm answering the question, I ought to think that you should pay attention. Best AI model for drawing and wireframes, etc., is Claude, like I answered, right? So somewhat like Figma, take a screenshot like I showed you from Figma, put it here, and it will do the job. Literally the example just I covered, Mohit. Literally the example I just covered, right? I just got one update on tomorrow's session is cancelled. I'm not sure Karthik can cover that. Can we develop the landing page from AI? Can we do it live? Literally, Nandan, absolutely you can do that. You can absolutely do that. There is if it can do dashboards, trust me, it can do landing pages as well. Landing pages are much simpler. Can we get transcript of the session? I doubt it. I'm front-end developer. Now after the session, I'm literally interested to switch my career to AI. Suggest me on how I can get started. Do it. Aman, make sure you attend tomorrow's session because exactly what we're gonna cover. All right. Make sure you attend tomorrow's session. There's a lot. What is N10? Wait for tomorrow, folks. Wait for tomorrow. There's a lot more in store for you. This is just the beginning. This is just the start. All right. Data engineer, where can I use AI? Data engineer Nirmal, I literally showed you. Look at this dashboard. Look at this beautiful visualization dashboard. You do the data. You're not a data analyst. You do the data engineering. Pipe the data. Get the data. Get AI to do the analysis and visualization. You're done. Like Zoom AI Companion summarizes the entire session perfectly. Yes. Before we close the session, use the Zoom AI Companion. It will give you the entire summary. That is your roadmap. I have just given you the entire roadmap for software engineering. All right, with that, we come to an end. Karthik, over to you. I think we are already over time. So sorry about that, but I wanted to share as much goodness, as much gold that I can share with our learners. Did you have fun, folks? Say boom in the chat if you liked it. Say boom in the chat if there's something new you learned today. Let's hear boom in the chat, folks. Let's hear it. Did you have fun? Thank you. Karthik, over to you, back to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Before you leave, Siddharth, there's one thing that we need to do. Guys, for whoever who's already on Slack, I hope a lot of you guys are already on Slack, but for the ones who are, we need to go to the gratitude channel. I spoke about it in the start. We need to go to the gratitude channel and we need to mention what we thought about the session. I'm going to do it with you guys. Let's open this channel. Let's open the gratitude channel and type your what you thought about the session. Come on, guys. Let's show some gratitude for the mentor who's spent so much time with us and gave so much information to us today. So what do you thought about this session?
Right. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. And by the way, for the guys who are asking if they are seeing that tomorrow it is cancelled, the reason it is that today we saw a few people were facing issues in joining. So we had to create a new link. Don't worry, I will share the links with you on WhatsApp group and also on general channel of Slack. Everything will be communicated with you guys. By the way, Siddharth, I think so people have really loved your session.
Awesome.
Really great people are talking about. And just for your reference, guys, tomorrow, for people who are asking what are we going to getting into tomorrow, we are going to get into AI agents as well tomorrow. So what we've just covered now is tip of the iceberg. Like Siddharth said itself, we're going to get into AI agents. And one of them, so I wanted this to be a surprise, but one of them that we are mostly going to show you is a stock analysis agent as well. So how you can do a stock analysis using an AI agent is also what we'll be getting into tomorrow. So buckle up. I hope I get to see each and every one of you and more at 11 a.m. sharp. Okay, guys, don't be late. Okay, for someone it's like school does not allow me to use AI. That's fine.
School will be outdated soon, don't worry.
Yes, so tomorrow there's a lot of things I'll be getting into, guys, for asking for resources. No, the recording is not available. Resource sheet we will provide to you guys after the 2 days we have completed. Yes, guys, I know you guys are really interested in looking at that. Yes, we will have break also. We'll also have a 1 hour of lunch. Don't worry, we're not going to be sitting for 7 hours straight and just talking about it. We will have a 1 hour lunch break in between as well. For the people asking for time tomorrow, it'll start at 11 a.m. sharp. Yes, if you're able to complete at least 75% of these sessions, you will get the certificate. People who are asking for Slack link, you know what? I'll share it on the WhatsApp group itself. I'll directly share the Slack link on WhatsApp where you can go and access it. No, not all PPTs will be provided. No. For the mentors tomorrow, we have, like I mentioned in the start, we have Dilip, who's the head. Dilip is the head of AI initiatives at Growth School, and he's worked with various different companies in terms of AI, just like Siddharth. And the second mentor is a senior software developer who's ex Microsoft and ex Gemini as well. Yes, Joshi, like I said, there will be a lunch break in between. Yes, the resources will be provided towards the end, guys. Let's not do repeated questions. Rather, I'll share the Slack link on WhatsApp group. Directly, you can go and you can access that. Okay, for people who are not able to join WhatsApp group, you know what? I'll just put in the Slack link here. Again, I'll just stop the chat and okay, I'm stopping the chat. Give me 1 second. Yes. This is a Slack link for the people who are asking. Yes, guys, you can leave, you can drop off for today. Tomorrow, I want to see all of you guys attentive because you have promised me that during the start of the session, you gave me that commitment that you'll be attending these sessions. Timing for tomorrow is 11 a.m. Yes, the session is over. Tomorrow it will be from 11 to 6. Yes, sort of. Tomorrow we'll be creating agents. I already mentioned that, including a stock analysis kind of an agent also that we'll cover. So I guess, yeah, that's it. I have already shared the Slack link. I hope you guys have already joined Slack. And thank you so much for joining in today. It was lovely having you. Thank you so much, Sid, as well, for joining in. It's always lovely to have you and to host you. See you guys tomorrow. Don't be late. Like I'm repeating, 11 a.m. We're going to be deep diving into AI agents tomorrow, which is going to blow your mind. Trust me, these kinds of systems you've never seen before, you never heard before. So tomorrow, 11 a.m., I'll see you guys. Till then, good night, have a great sleep, and come back strong tomorrow. Thank you, guys.